Hey tubes, Jonathan's wrong here, Truth and Budget, turning against some natural light. So anyway, trying to look into this whole, concave hollow earth thing. And it's something I came across years ago when I was trying to figure out why the heliocentric model didn't quite, things weren't adding up. So I was investigating different options. Um, and the reverse ball earth concave thing is just like it's insane. It's insane to me. I was just watching a thing for a little bit, and it showed like like, okay, so basically their model is that it is a ball, but it's reversed. Like we're on the inside of the ball, and in the middle there's some weird sphere of blackness with all the stars on it. And I don't know. It's just honestly, no offense to anybody, but it's dumb. It doesn't. There's no natural laws that are observable that make any of it make sense at all. I mean, look at airplanes. You guys have been in an airplane, right? If we lived inside of a sphere, you would know immediately. Like the curvature would be far more obvious because you'd see it everywhere, just like rising around you. It doesn't make sense. I mean, if you look at every model of the universe from ancient cultures, we all share the same model. That's in the Bible. It's a disc. There's a dome above us, and underneath us is the pillars of the earth, and and the underworld or hell. They just everyone has different names for things, but it's the same exact model. Like I'm trying to like there's this big push now, it seems, where people are like, oh, the whole flat earth thing is a co-op. I mean it has been co-opted just like everything else, but they're saying the it's a psyop. The whole thing's a psyop, that they want people to think the earth is flat so they don't know it's concave. There's still God in that equation. They want people to not think that there's God. That's the point of the whole spinning ball chaos thing. But as far as like living inside of it just doesn't make sense. I mean, everything's in planes and levels. So that would, if that were true, that would make heaven like the heliocentric Earth model, where heaven was a ball, or unless the Earth ball that we're living inside of is floating inside of heaven, wherever heaven is, however that works. I don't know. Once again, no offense to anybody, but like it's something I looked into like 10 years ago, and just out of curiosity, because people have been commenting on the last video that I made. It's like, oh, it's not flat, it's concave. There's no evidence for it. There's evidence for it being flat everywhere. The ocean, high speed aircraft, massive salt flats, massive bridges, massive waterworks, such as what those things called, canals. They're all flat. So where are you getting this concave curvature from? There's no evidence of it anywhere. Especially a black sphere in the middle of it where all the stars are. That's effing nuts. What is that effing thing then? What is that? What is your? I couldn't watch the video long enough for it to have it explain it. I'd rather just have someone explain what the black sphere with all the stars in it sounds pretty satanic to me. So what? All the celestial host, all the angels are trapped in a black sphere in the middle of the earth. That sounds like hell, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yeah. No, I think this whole concave Earth thing is a pushback because everyone's figuring out that it is flat and stationary, because it obviously is. There's physical evidence. You could see it. If you've ever been in an airplane, you've seen it. I mean, how many times do I have to explain this? Once you're in an airplane, the horizon is always at your eye level. No matter how high you are, the horizon is always at your eye level. Were it anything other than a flat plane, you would either be I'm trying to figure out how the whole living inside of a ball thing works. It's just nuts to me. It's just, it doesn't work. And as far as it being concave, or people thinking that there is a slight curvature, that's just atmospheric haze. That's just light distortion. This has all been proven. I've seen videos of people proving this. You know, not to say that like, oh, I think the Earth is flat because I watched some videos. No, it's proven. There's the guy whose name I forget because it sounds like Dr. Robotnik and makes you think of Sonic the Hedgehog, but something it sounds like Robotnik. But anyway, he proved it in the 1800s using a canal, pennants, and a telescope. He had his buddy paddle down the channel like a couple miles. Then he pulled up the telescope and could clearly see him. Now, if there's an 8-inch degrade every square mile, obviously there'd be a dip. Now, in reverse, if there were a 8-inch grade for every mile, that'd be so obvious. Imagine how weather would work. A effing tornado would be a nightmare. Any atmospheric explosion would be devastating. I don't know. If you think we're living inside of a ball, that you know even less about like natural physics than people who think we live on the outside of a ball, because that's just insane. I don't know. Once again, I'm so sorry. No offense to anybody. One of the commenters that said it, someone I actually liked, though the name was different, and when I commented on it, her name was all messed up. Like, it wasn't even her name; it was just a bunch of numbers and letters, like, randomly, and I've never seen that before, so that was strange. So that could be like a troll account using her name. Who knows? Either way, I know we're not living inside of a ball. That's bananas. There's no evidence for it. There's no physical evidence, and I don't care what any I've read all the books of the old ways, of the old religions and all that crap. It's the doctrines of demons. So if you're trying to glean information from secret doctrines and stuff, you might get 0.1% of real information, but you're gonna have your head filled with a bunch of garbage. So good luck trying to sift that out. It doesn't work that way. You can't take the Jesuit secret texts and the Freemason secret doctrines and read these things and glean secret information off of it. The only thing you'll get out of it is what the demons tell their chosen people, which is going to be crap, because we don't need to know anything. That's why we don't. You think demons are going to let us in on stuff? What do they have to gain from it? They're going to let us know as much as we need to know to get us to do what we need, what they want us to do. And that is all. You ever hear the term layman's terms? We're the laymen. As elite as you think you are, as as many demons as you've encountered and spoken to and bartered deals with, you're still a monkey. All right. So their secret books for monkeys are still for monkeys. So I don't care if you got some alchemist's map that's 5,000 years old supposedly. Because how do you even know? How do you know? How do you know? You don't. We know it's in the Bible. We know that every culture basically shares a similar genesis, and then from there it just sort of splits off. But we all share the same cosmology. There's a dome above us and it's flat. Because that's just how it is. Because it's obvious. They had to come up with different things, but I don't know. Just could someone, so I don't have to watch some tedious videos, can someone just tell me what the heck the black sphere with all the stars in it is, other than stupid? No offense. Seriously, no offense. I'm just dying to know. I don't know. Like I said, I try to watch your video, but it's just I can't watch really stupid things. Like I'll have an open mind because like you'll never know who and where. I mean, I also went into it knowing that it's all BS anyway, but I tried to, see where they were coming from. But the second I saw the black sphere with the stars in it, I'm like, I can't watch this anymore. This is now gotten into like what? Because the heavenly host is within heaven. So what is this? It doesn't make, that sounds like a prison. It sounds like hell. It's a black sphere in the center of the earth that traps the heavenly host. That sounds like hell. Your hollow earth, concave earth sounds like a cosmology for hell. Yes, we live in the earth because we live under the firmament. We're God's footstool, not God's chalice. If you want to get into the chalice, that's another satanic thing. They love the chalice as much as they love the phallus. Anyway, I don't know. It's flat and stationary. It's proven. I've lived on the ocean all my life. It's flat. Tell you what, were it any other shape other than flat, you would see it on the ocean because that's the biggest, flattest thing there is, and it's clearly visible except from hazing, and all hazing would do would increase any other than the fact that water bubbles when the it doesn't go. I mean, there is an effect with water where it either concaves or, but that's just from the viscosity of water. Water has I forget what it's called, but there's like a viscous it's a bubbling effect that water does. Why? Because it's water. It's everywhere, and God is very fond of it. He likes water. There's water above us. Or if you live in the hollow earth, I guess surrounded where a beach ball floating inside the water. We're a lead beach ball. And God must be like 1 trillion miles tall to make it even make sense. I don't know. Because he's not, because we walked with him in the Garden of Eden. Because God liked taking walks in the garden because he liked experiencing the garden and the breeze and the everything. Because he could be of flesh when he was on earth, as all the angels were. It's in the Septuagint. The angels are described as, I forget the exact word, protozoan, blah blah blah, whatever. It means living thing. The angels can be both flesh and spirit. Obviously. Why would they not? Why would they be hindered? They could take any form they want. except now they've lived too long and they can't be flesh anymore. Or they're buried underneath Antarctica. I have no idea. But either way, I think they're too ancient to function as physical beings for the time being. But then again, I don't know, because none of us do, and run from anyone that claims that they do know. Because the fact of the matter is we don't know anything. I don't subscribe to anyone that says that they know everything, or even know, or that God talks to them. Because when he comes, he's going to make himself known to everybody. Some of us might be receiving visions, but if you have an entity actively speaking to you, I would be terrified. And I would also test it, because we're required to. For all those people who think God talked to them, the next time God talks to you, ask them if Jesus Christ is God in the flesh. If they say anything other than yes, you got a demon. If they try to even explain anything, if they don't just immediately say yes, you got a demon. Jesus Christ is God come in the flesh, and they don't want you to know that. Oh, also one quick thing that's unrelated that I thought it was kind of cool. You might have heard me speak of the three, what I call the three truths, basically the three big facts, that Jesus Christ was is the only begotten Son of God, the Heavenly Father, that he died in our place. And took our place and paid our price, and that he was resurrected, and he ascended to heaven. I call those the three truths, because they can't be changed. That's why they had to make other Bibles, because as much as they could dick around with the Bible, they can't change that fact. Now, I was watching something the other day that said when the forget who the Freemasons or whatever, the top level Freemasons take their vow, they have to deny the three confessions. So I thought that was interesting. So I'm assuming the three confessions are the three truths. So it was just one of those things that when I heard it, my spider senses tingled. Because as I said before, they can change the Bible, they can't change those facts. So you know what they did? They made the Gnostic texts, and they made Islam. Islam has its own Jesus. His name is Esau. He was not the Son of God, and he did not die on the cross. The Gnostic texts say the same thing, that Jesus was not the Son of God, and he did not die on the cross. Now, why did they go out of their way to try to rewrite that? I wonder why. But of course, nowadays we got this whole psyop where they're trying to push that Jesus wasn't even real. God help us all. Literally. I'm not just saying that like people say it. Literally, may the Heavenly Father help a lot of you people. I feel like a lot of it is like sensationalism. It's just like you're bored with whatever the thing is, It's like, oh, you're tired of hearing about how the Earth's flat, so now you're on to the next thing. Oh, it must be concave. It must be this. It must be that. I said something earlier too in that comment thread, though I said it sarcastically, so I'll say it now, not sarcastically. Things aren't complicated. When something becomes complicated, that's the work of a liar. When someone lies to you, it's a complicated story, isn't it? When someone tells you a story, it's leads A to B, B to C, C to D. That's how it works. There's there's the odd chance that stuff goes absolutely bananas. Stuff like that happens. There are odd happenstance, but not to the extent that they would have you believe. Sorry, it's just getting gradually darker as I'm making the video, and I just noticed. Things aren't complicated. Up is up, down is down. If something is denser than the air, it falls. If something is lighter than the air, it goes up. If something is able to ride the wind, as all waves operate, then it can achieve flight. Of course, you need an atmosphere to do anything. You need a medium. I'm getting off topic. I don't know. Just don't be like looking for the next big thing, or has the flat Earth movement been co-opted? Yes, everything is. So is Christianity. Does that mean give up on Christianity? Does that mean give up on the Bible? No. It means accept that's been co-opted and do your best to hold on to the old information, because the newer information's, probably going to be worse. They're backpedaling because the fact that the Earth is flat and stationary and there's a dome above us not only proves our special creation, but proves Genesis. Our special creation proves the work of God, and that is what they seek to hide. I was watching a Richie from Boston video. That's actually where I got the idea earlier about the point of a Polaris and how I thought it needed a diagram to help better show it. Here's a customer. Great. I gotta finish this thought. Hold on. And 20 minutes later, I'm back. I have no idea what I was talking about. This is as good as the light gets. Do you see it flickering? So annoying. So, I don't know how much anyone out there knows about cleaning, but when you have a project and you're cleaning something and something's stuck on, you let it soak a little bit, and then you move on to something else. An example is when you're doing the dishes, and you got like a filthy pan. You let the pan soak, and then you clean the silverware or something. The plates. You do something else while that pan soaks. You don't just start scrubbing the pan like a maniac. So anyway, I'm doing this woman's car, and it's just covered in berries and bird poop, completely stuck on. She let it cook on real good. She let that cherry pie cook on real good. It's what we say here in the car wash business. You let that cherry pie cook on real good there, huh? Anyway, so I'm doing I'm literally like 30 seconds into cleaning. Notice it's a horror show in a certain spot, so I soak it and just move on to the stuff that's coming off, knowing that I'm gonna go all the way around anyway. Because you go all, when you wash the entire car, not just half of it. So I move on to something else, and she taps on the glass and points at the little spot I missed. Now, I hope she felt really, really, really bad, because I spent like the next 10 minutes spraying all the crap off of her car that was jammed on there that she apparently was didn't. Thought would come right off or something, as these people usually do. It's like, I've been letting that sit in the sun every day for like 3 months. Like, what do you mean my car's still dirty? My white car's still dirty. I've been letting that grease and tar and brake dust and everything else just sit on my car for like, I don't know, season and a half. It's fine, right? It should come right off. But anyway. Just venting a little bit. That stuff drives me nuts. Like, don't tell me to do something that like I'm already gonna do. Like what did she think? I was just like I'm some shithead kid, and I was just gonna like just hose her car down and send her through. That's insulting. When you do something like that to somebody, you're calling them an incompetent idiot. Hey, just in case you're an incompetent idiot, can you make sure to actually do your job while you're here? That's what I mean when I say when you're a man and you're young looking, it's not that great. I'm well preserved, but I'm also treated like a shit punk because they think I'm some like friggin' millennial. And don't you dare call me a millennial. I'm 36 effing years old. These effing kids don't even know what MS-DOS is. Don't even get me on about, how cool they think the 90s is. They don't actually know anything about the 90s. They were babies. What are they talking about? Yeah, there was some cool. You know what? There also was like Jesus Jones. You know, there's a lot of crap in the '90s as well. I gotta stop a machine. Hold on a second. Pause. Are we paused? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what I was on about, and some thing just popped up saying that I don't have any memory on my phone, even though I have nothing on it except one text game and a couple Bible books, which also don't take up much space. Not as much as like a fully rendered video game would, you know. Anyway, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, I don't remember what I was talking about before I got customers. This is why I don't like to make videos while I'm at work. But I gotta say something while I'm thinking about it, or obviously I will forget. As happens. So sorry if I was about to like bring things together and then went on a rant about how I hate rude people. Sorry, don't hate. They make me mad in a way that is, you know. Anyway, that's about it. I don't know. Sorry. Started with a point. Now I'm complaining about people. But anyway, I love you guys so much. Don't be a fadder. Don't be just in the fads. Don't be in the truth movement because it's new and exciting. Don't believe some ancient information because you don't know where it came from. I mean, they really stamped that they control all information when they burned down the libraries of Alexandria. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look into it. That was a statement. That was them saying not for you. But anyway, love you guys so much. Have a beautiful night and God bless you.